much. Thank you for having me on your show this morning. We are celebrating 120 years of polo in Ibadan, on the soil of this Ibadan. So it's a special tournament. The Polo Club used to organize an international tournament every year. So this year is special because it marks 120 years of polo in Ibadan. So just like you are not strict to polo and its coverage. So the tournament players will be arriving by 10th, that's on Sunday. By Monday, 11th to 17th, the competition will kickstart with an opening ceremony that will start on 11th of May, next week, Monday. All right. So by 3 p.m.
Yes.
At the club, by the Polo Club Grand, Oluyole, Ibadan. So then we are expecting a lot of clubs, players to show up. Yet we are still expecting team lists. So I know by weekend we should have idea of teams that will be showing up. But I'm very sure Lagos will be participating. Port Harcourt will participate. Kaduna will participate. Then 1 or 2 teams from the north too will participate.
Thank you very much for that comprehensive. And we know this tournament to be an international event that transcends Nigeria, Nigerian polo players and the like. So do we have an idea of some of the players coming from the international scene that will participating in this year's edition?
As regard the international players, for the high goal game, for the high goal teams and cups like Ibadan Cup. We used to have some international players coming from outside the country. Most of these clubs at times is part of the tactics of the game of polo. They don't release their team lists.
Like the dark arts.
So yes. So we don't know, but I know 1 or 2 we're having some players from abroad like participating in this tournament.
All right. Well,
most likely they play in the Ibadan Cup, the Igo Cup.
All right. Of course, we'll definitely keep tabs with that regarding the players, and of course, when the team list is officially released by some of the clubs that will be participating. Of course, we know polo. Anytime this event happens, beyond what happens with the horses and the jockeys, we know that there's going to be a whole lot of fun engagement, side attractions. What would fans or what should people who want to come around? What should they look forward to ahead of this year's event?
Yes, like polo game and socials, they are together. So polo game and social. So once the match ends, we resume our socials for the day. So we'll be having DJs in the house, live bands. It's going to be entertaining, my brother, from Monday to Sunday, and by the weekend. We are going to have a particular brand. Though I know this is the nature of this work, I won't want to mention their name.
All right.
Since we didn't agree on that, we didn't pay for adverts. So a particular big brand will be in charge starting from Friday to handle the socials. So those brands are into champagne and branding, so they'll be around by Friday. So by Friday, the socials will take another dimension. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. Fun, networking, entertainment at its peak.
Fun entertainment at its peak. Of course, definitely we'll be monitoring tabs in close contact ahead of next week when we'll see the horses galloping. Thank you very much for your time this morning, and of course we wish you and your team all the best ahead of this year's 26th edition of the Ibadan Polo Tournament. Thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Toby. Have a wonderful day.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, you've heard the words from the horse's mouth. No puns intended here regarding this year's edition of the Ibadan Polo Tournament. Well, of course, we'll definitely be giving you details of these and many more. Alright, well, check the time right now, 40 minutes past 7. We'll be taking a short commercial break right now. When we return, we'll be giving you more stories right here from the stables of the radio service of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in gamma oryzanol. Several studies suggest that gamma oryzanol may contribute to the reduction of bad cholesterol. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil. Good food, no worries.
ìtọ́wò tó kí kọ́kọ́ wọ́n wà ní sẹpẹ́ fúrásì ọbẹ̀ àtàdídí àti jọ̀lọ́ọ̀fù aládùn yan àyàn ọlọ́gbọ́n yan góòlù kóró ìsebẹ̀ Terra Gold.
kọ́rọ́ kan àrà tí ò lópin Terra Gold.
Yes, you're welcome back from that commercial break. You're still on to Sport Tit Bits right here from the stables of Oluyole 98.5 FM. Yes, the mother station in the ancient city of Ibadan. We are also live from on Okyogo 96.3 FM and Agility 92.1 FM. Tobi Ajewole is my name, and continue with our stories. We move on to netball as the National Sport Commission, that's the NSC, has officially inaugurated the board of the Nigerian Netball Federation, NNFF. As a sport guest is long overdue the structural foundation and legitimacy in Nigeria. And inaugurating the board yesterday, Tuesday in Abuja, chairman of the NSC, Malam Sheudiko, said the sport of netball has the potential to give Nigerian kids the pathway to live their dreams and win medals for Nigeria at the global stage. The chairman who described the netball board as the most corporately aligned sports federation in Nigeria urged the new board to grow the sport from bottom to the top. Quoting Sheudiko, he said, the potential of the sport is huge, and I have no doubt with the caliber of personalities I am seeing on this board, Nigeria has what it takes to be very competitive at the global stage in no distant time. The words in part by Malam Sheudiko. Also speaking was the Director General of the NSC, Honorable Bukola Olopade, who described the inauguration of the NNFF as historic, as he echoed how netball has the potential to be one of Nigeria's guaranteed podium sports. Well, the president of the newly inaugurated Nigeria Netball Federation, Dr. Esther Oluwatoyin, expressed gratitude to the leadership of the NSC for restoring the hopes of the sport, which has been lost for decades. As she revealed that the board has strategically put the machinery in place to ensure Nigeria builds a strong domestic netball framework that will get Nigeria to the 2030 Commonwealth Games. From netball, we switch gears to the tracks of athletics because right now Ghana is gearing to host and welcome the continent for the 2026 Senior African Athletics Championship in the capital of Accra. The president of the Ghana Athletics Association, Bawa Fuseni, expressed confidence in the country's readiness to stage the prestigious event, which is expected to attract athletes from over 50 African countries. And speaking ahead of the championship, Fuseni noted that Ghana has made significant progress in putting the necessary structures in place to ensure a competitive, successful competition, as he acknowledged that a few challenges might be on the way, but he emphasized that the organizers are working diligently to address outstanding issues and finalize preparations. Quoting Fueni, he said, Fuseni, I beg your pardon, he said, we are ready to host Africa. Almost everything needed to make the championship is a success. About a few itches, but we are doing our best to ensure all facilities meet the required standards before the event begins. And pencil down the calendar date for this championship is June 12th to June 17th, 2026 in Accra, Ghana. And of course, it's going to be a week of athletics excellence on the continent of Africa. Well, the previous edition of the African Athletics Championship was held in Douala, Cameroon, where several standout performances highlighted the depth of talent across the continent. Well, right now it's time for us to take another break right here on Sport Tit Bits, right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Nàìjíríà ilẹ̀ tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ tó sì ń gbé ní ìrẹ́pọ̀ ṣùgbọ́n báwo la ṣe lè fìdí ẹ̀ múlẹ̀ àti pé báwo la ṣe lè ní àǹfààní sáwọn tó ṣe pàtàkì. ẹ wá gbọ́ àgbékalẹ̀ ìwé ẹ̀rí àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan POA lábẹ́ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ àdúgbò tó ń gbé wà fún ìdàgbàsókè àti ètò ààbò tó fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀. ẹ jẹ́ ká fojú inú wò ìwé ẹ̀rí àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé rẹ tó dájú tó sì jẹ́ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ tó wà ìrọ̀rùn gbáà ni.
pẹ̀lú ìwé ẹ̀rí mi tuntun ó rọrùn fún mi láti yáwó ní báńkì mi wọ́n rí àrídájú ibi tí mò ń gbé inú mi sì dùn gan.
mo lo tèmi fún okòwò mi ó yára ó sì dájú kódà àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ wọn ràn mí lọ́wọ́ láti tọ́ mi sọ́nà. ìforúkọsílẹ̀ àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé rẹ jẹ́ ètò tó dájú tí ó sì lè ṣe àwọn àǹfààní sílẹ̀ fún gbogbo ènìyàn. ìwé ẹ̀rí yìí yóò dáàbò bo ọjọ́ ọ̀la rẹ yóò fòpin sí ìwà ọ̀daràn tí ètò ààbò tó péye yóò sì wà pẹ̀lú fún gbogbo ènìyàn. fi ìwé ẹ̀rí àdírẹ́sì ibùgbé rẹ hàn lónìí jẹ́ ká jọ gbé orílẹ̀-èdè yìí gòkè àgbà kàn sí àwọn ilé ìfìwéránṣẹ́ àti ibùgbé ìforúkọsílẹ̀ tá a ti yà sọ́tọ̀.
ìkéde ìwà láti ọ́fíìsì akọ̀wé ìjọba àpapọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí NIPOST àti ALGON.
Get ready for a life-changing timeout on the program. The happiest people. Brought to you by the Full Gospel Business Men's Fellowship International, Men of Honor.
On this station, Oluyole 98.5 FM, every Tuesday, 7:45 p.m.
On the program, you'll get to listen to the stories of men and women saved by God to live better, more fulfilling and happier lives.
Yes, you're welcome back from that commercial break. You're still on to Tit Bits right here from Oluyole 98.5 FM. And of course, I told you we are live on Facebook and on YouTube. So drop your comment on the live stream. Now we move straight to football and we start from the domestic scene where Sporting Lagos head coach Jeffrey Butter believes his players can raise their level after their opening day win of the Super 4 playoffs of the Nigeria National League. Remember, Sporting Lagos edged the Ranchers Bees of Kaduna 1-0 at the Remo Stars Sport Institute, the stadium in Ikene in Remo, Ogun State on Monday. And later today, Sporting Lagos will be facing Doma United of Gombe in their second game of the NNL Super 4. Remember, those who do not know what the NNL Super 4 is, well, the NNL Super 4 is to select or decide the overall champions of the second tier of club football in Nigeria after the completion of the regular season. Well, back to Buta. Well, he told the club's media team that the team did the analysis for the game against Ranchers Bees because they didn't play in the same conference and it was well executed. Quoting him in part, he said, every game is different, likewise opponents too, but for us we do not play with one game plan. We play what we expect from the opposition team, and I think we can do better and improve on our game from the first match. Well, the words of Jeffrey Butter. Well, we'll see what will happen later today against Doma United in their second match. Well, moving straight to the top tier of league football in Nigeria. Nigeria Premier Football League. One match was played yesterday in the NPFL, and that was Ikorodu City versus Wiki Tourist at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, and it was Ikorodu City defeating Wiki Tourist 3-1, and amongst the goals was Salam Farouk, who gave the host the lead just after 4 minutes, and yes, the Oga boys doubled their lead through Bayomi Ayodeji in the 18th minute. And Joseph Arumala, who won a penalty 8 minutes from the break, scored to extend the home team's lead, and that goal from Arumala ensured that he has moved top of the goal scorers list with 13 goals so far. Well, for Wiki Tourist, they had a consolation off the boots of Jonathan Mariaga in that encounter in the 65th minute, and that lead or that win saw Ikorodu City climb the third position. 58 28 points, 1 point above Shooting Stars, who are in 4th place in the NPFL standings. Well, for Ricky Torres, they remain 19th, and yes, staring down the barrel of relegation, perhaps playing in the Nigerian National League come next season. Well, still with the NPFL, where one side has received the hammer, and that is a side based in Delta State, talking about Warriors who have been playing their matches so far in the city of Ozoro, Delta State, because right now a fine of 6 million naira has been slammed on the club for improper conduct of their fans in the match day 36 encounter against Plateau United last weekend. Well, in our subsequent sport programs, we'll be discussing these and many more regarding the slams of sanctions in the Nigeria Premier Football League. Now we switch gears to Europe as we discuss the UEFA Champions League. We saw the second leg of the first semi-final played at the Emirates Stadium yesterday, and it was a game between two sides who have never won the UEFA Champions League, and that was Arsenal taking on Atletico Madrid in the city of London yesterday. And in the game of football, there can be only one winner, and it was that side coached by Mikel Arteta, talking about Arsenal Football Club, who are now back to the finals of the UEFA Champions League for the first time in over 20 years, all thanks to a Bukayo Saka goal yesterday that ensured the Gunners will be in Budapest later this month for the final, as they are with the winner of tonight's semi-final between Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain at the Allianz Arena. But discussing the game as it went down yesterday, I have Yinka and also have Adapo, who will be sharing their thoughts from last night's UEFA Champions League game, starting with Yinka from that game yesterday. Well, we saw Arsenal ditch what people call Aram football, and they played very expansive, and we saw Mikel Arteta you returned the squad that played against Fulham yesterday, and also Miles Lewis Kelly starting ahead of Zubimendi, pairing Declan Rice. What were your thoughts from last night's fixture?
Well, good morning everyone, and it's a beautiful Wednesday actually, because we thank God for the rain this beautiful morning. I was watching the game. Yeah, I love the fact that Arteta has actually learned his lesson. Like, that's what he tends to do. If you make a mistake this game, he'll make sure that okay, such doesn't happen. And in the case of Zubimendi, this is not the first time that Arsenal fans, even me, when you complain, well, yeah, let this guy rest, because against, let's even go to Premier League games against Manchester United, he made the mistake. It was one that gave that pass that actually gave was it not Kuya that actually gave Manchester United the lead as at that time. So that tells you that as a coach, like, okay, Arteta is learning, he has learned, and of course Miles Lewis Kelly. As for Miles Lewis Kelly, this is not the first time they'll be. In fact, when they'll be playing at the midfield, when he was in the academy, he was actually playing at the midfield. So really, and the game yesterday was actually very, very fun. The guys, they were all, we all saw different partnerships. Looking at that goal, just look at that tight angle when that tight angle that where Leandro Trossard played that shot from. When Trossard was in Brighton, we all knew him as as a master technician. Like anything, the guy is very, very technical, and he's one of the technical finishers that we have in Arsenal right now. And just look at that build up to the goal. I actually love the partnerships between them. Rice helping out Gabriel, like it's really showed that Arteta has learned, and the boys they actually played their heart out. Look at Gyökeres yesterday. There are so many stand-up players that we can actually call yesterday, and can't wait to see what they'll do at Budapest.
We'll wait to see what will happen in Budapest regarding the finals for the UEFA Champions League. But another side, or two other sides will be playing, and one side will be joining Arsenal in the final. But yes, that semi-final would have to be concluded. We saw a 9-goal thriller last week at the Parc des Princes as PSG played out a 5-4 scoreline against Bayern Munich. And yes, Allianz Arena will come alive later tonight in Germany Yes, Dapo. Yes, in what you saw in the first leg between PSG and Bayern Munich, are we going to see another goal fest later tonight?
Yeah, good morning to all our viewers and listeners at home. Yeah, like Dembele said when they finished the game, he said they will always attack. They will not sit back because they need more goals, because they want to score more goals. So I feel like the both team will not relax this time around. And the reason I felt like Bayern Munich conceded a lot of goals last time was because their coach, his company was not
on the bench, was not on the touchline.
Yeah, it was not on the touchline. So I feel like, but today I think it's going to be on the touchline. So I see Bayern Munich proceeding to the final. But it is going to be a hard game because we all know PSG. Their attacking forwards are too fast. But both attacking forwards are too fast. But I see Bayern Munich progressing to the final.
You see, it's Bayern Munich progressing to the final, and that will mean them overcoming that goal deficit from last week. And if we're seeing Bayern Munich facing Arsenal in the final of the UEFA Champions League, that will be the second meeting so far this season in the UEFA Champions League. Remember, Arsenal triumphed from the group stage of the league phase of the UEFA Champions League that was earlier this season. Well, it's all to play for in the UEFA Champions League. So head up to Facebook. Yes, our prediction game returns today. Well, we had no winner from last week. So tell me, who will be the first goal scorer from tonight's UEFA Champions League match between Bayern Munich and Paris Saint-Germain? And yes, the first two correct predictions will be getting something huge. Yes, you heard me correctly, something huge from our sport desk. Well, it's time for me to drop anchor on the program this morning. Not to worry, 7:30 tomorrow morning I'll be back here where you can join me on BCS TV from 2 p.m. for sport update. You enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. On behalf of I am the guys in the studio, we'll see you next time.
Àmì òjèjì rédíò tí ó láfiwé Oluyole FM àwa ni bàbá.
We hear of traffic holdups. We see them every day.
Don't double park.
Don't triple park.
You'll just be in the way.
Obey the traffic regulations. Don't make mistaken calculations.
Stop traffic holdups.
No go slow today. Don't park your car just anywhere.
Look around. Is no sign there?
If there's one that says no parking,
move further down before you stop.
It's no joke, and we're not laughing.
ọlọ́mọ lọ́lọ́jà aláta ló lọ́lọ́ ní fàájì ní ìkànnì Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM ọ̀làfíjàbí ti fìjàbọ̀ adira ètò bí ẹni ṣàna ìyàwó tó ti wọ̀ lójì gan balẹ̀ bàgẹ́ pẹ̀lú orin tó mọ́gbọ́n wá àwàdà tó nítumọ̀ àdìtú èdè tó ń tọrọ ìjìnlẹ̀ láti inú àká ìrírí tó dọ́sọ̀ ní fàájì lẹ́tọ̀ ní gbogbo ọjọ́rú Wednesday láti aago 9:00 títí di aago 11:00 alẹ́ kẹlẹ́lẹ́ ní ìkànnì bàbá ayé ń sọ Olúyọ̀lé 98.5 FM lẹ́wọ̀n tí máa pàdé àgbà òǹpẹ̀dẹ̀ agbọ́dọ̀hùn bí ọ̀jẹ̀ akádémọ́lé ògìdọ́kùnrin ògúnmọ́kùnrin kàkà àbájá ọ̀làfíjàbí dífíjà